Do you like playing on Global Gathering? This is pretty huge thing, like, you know, the Global Gathering, the party itself.
I like a mixture of playing smaller venues and good festivals. And, you know, I think I've heard this festival had its share of problems. I don't really know what they were. I'm just asked to come here and play music and to perform. So I'm playing with a good tent, really good artists, and supposedly everybody tells me this tent is the best place today on the site. So I feel very happy, and the production is great, and I'm having a good time.
So tell me, how do you find yourself? I mean, I've seen you playing, performing. You seem to be a very spontaneous person, and how do you do it? You know, you've got really good connection with the crowd.
Well, I've been doing what I do for a while, so I feel very confident in what I do. And, you know, there were fans out in the crowd, so it was fun. You know, as soon as I got on, everybody came up and it became a full tent and lots of reaction, crowd participation. And I just love what I do, so it makes my job easier, and I think people realize that and they appreciate that.
Right, how long have you been doing this for?
Oof. I've been traveling internationally since 1991, so 19 years, but I've been DJing and making music for longer.
I've seen you playing using CDs and track to scratch, I believe, yeah?
That's correct.
How do you find this?
For me, it works out. I actually played the Detroit Electronic Music Festival last weekend, and I had a problem with my chords, and because of this, it made it very difficult to perform. But so far, it's been good. I still need to be able to control and still DJ. That's why I still use the CDs with it, rather than a lot of people are just going internally and using it with controllers without CDs or vinyl. So I still feel comfortable, like using the pitch control and using the jog dial. And, you know, it's comfortable. I could always, when I'm traveling with the computer, I don't have to worry about my bags being lost. I don't have to worry about records being stolen or whatever. I'm always assured that I have a lot of music to choose from and to play, and that I can do my job as professionally as possible.
You don't miss vinyl?
I miss a lot of things about vinyl. One thing I miss about vinyl is the whole culture. Going to the record store, being social, hanging out with people, the record shop owner knowing you, you know, oh, Josh, here you go, I got a stack of records for you, listen to them. You hang out with people, you have a tea, you hear a record over the sound system, you go to buy it. There's a lot of things I miss about vinyl, but there's a lot of things that I don't miss. The records being lost, the skipping, the feedback, the weight of just breaking my back for 20 years of playing with vinyl. But I really miss the culture of the record shops. We still, at Ovum Recordings, we still sell records. We have a mixture of any kind of medium, from CDs to vinyl to MP3s to waves. We like to embrace all forms of media, but we still sell anywhere from 800 to 2,000 vinyls per release. So I miss pretty much solely the culture.
How do you search for music, for new sounds, for new artists?
I don't know. I mean, it's so difficult. There's so much music out there right now. You know, if I don't check my emails for 2 days, I go online and I got 100 links and downloads to new music. And I try to go online and go to all the music sites that sell MP3s and digital files. I go to the sites from the record companies, record labels like Juno Records online, or Dex.de. You know, I try to go online and do as much as I can in terms of finding music, rather than just getting the music for free or just getting it. I still like to do my homework, and I think that really kind of sets people apart, you know, because everybody has access to so much of the same music, and why is it different So I like to try to do my homework, and I like to hunt and, you know, find the records that I appreciate.
Do you prepare your sets, or this is like, you know, free, like, you know, choice of things that you like in this particular moment?
Well, like you said earlier, I seem very spontaneous, and I am. The difficult thing with DJing with a computer is that now I have 320 gigs of tracks to play, and it's a lot of music to choose from. You forget, sometimes it's too much. So if I have a feeling of what I'm going to play, then I can create a record box in my Traktor Scratch of tracks that I think I'm going to play. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to play them. As I said, I played at the Detroit Electronic Music Festival last week, and I created a folder in which I thought I was going to play certain songs. And it turns out that I didn't. But it's a guideline, you know? Yeah. If there's something that I call festival music, you know, which is music that works really well for the festival. Big room music, music that's going to make people go crazy because that's what they want. So it's still completely spontaneous. I kind of go with the feeling of what I feel and how I feel with the audience. And it's a mixture too, because people expect some of my own music and they expect just me to rock the house. So I like to have the combination of both.
We are on a global gathering. What is the global gathering for you? Is it a party? Is it a festival? I mean, this is very, like, you as an artist, you pretty much, for me, you stand out from the music that they present. How you find yourself in this scenario?
Well, Global Gathering's been around as an institution for years. You know, I've been playing in the UK, and then they do various parties of Global Gathering around Europe. I'm happy to be a part of it because it's usually a good quality lineup and diverse. You know, I am different than a lot of the other DJs and performers, but I think that's the beauty of it. I tend to find myself in that category a lot, you know. But, you know, like tonight, you know, as soon as I got on, just like the tent really got full, and I think there were true fans and people wearing my t-shirts, and it makes me feel good. And especially being, I think my music is a little bit different than what is presented, you know, throughout the rest of the festival. But, you know, I'm happy here being involved with the Carl Cox tent. You know, Carl's been an old friend of mine, and I'm always assured good promotion, good production when I'm involved with his tents and his festival or his events. So I'm happy to be a part of this.
Do you know any Polish music?
Traditional Polish music like polka, or like techno artists or something like this.
Yeah. Do you know any Polish producers?
Well, I mean, just the most famous for me and a friend is Jacek. You know,
Jacek Sienkiewicz.
Yeah. So, but otherwise not too familiar with that I'm aware of. You know, music to me is not where it's from, it's how it makes you feel. So a lot of the time I don't even know where the artist is from, or if it's a woman or a man, or, you know, it's just if it's quality music, it speaks to me. And then if I find out, oh wow, he's from Poland, or he's Romanian, or he's Japanese or South American, it's more information for me just to know. But I always love to learn, and I'm always open for new artists.
How does it actually look like, the situation of the new sound in your label?
We don't really follow a trend in music with Ovum. You know, we're always very fortunate that people really like our sound and our label because it is what it is. And it's always everything, from deep house to techno to acid house to tech house. So we just stay true to how we feel rather than what we know will sell. Because, you know, in the end, I do my music because it's something I believe in, I have passion for, whether it sells or not. It's a sound. I think people identify the label with certain things, and I think that's what people respect about the label, is that its integrity, not to have to go to with a trendy sound, and just do what we feel like, whether it be minimal or old school house. It doesn't really matter, just as long as we think we have a record that sounds good.
You've been doing DJing and performing in stages for many years. How's your hearing?
How's my evening?
Hearing. Hearing.
Oh, my hearing. See, there we go. I didn't even know. Well, I thought he said, how's your evening so far? These right here are the key for my hearing. I take great lengths in protecting my ears, as I think that most people should do in loud atmospheres. You know, we're right next to the tent, so it's kind of muffled. But I use in-ear monitors. I don't know if you saw when I was DJing, and it protects my ears from the hard monitors. So I really take care of my ears, because it's my livelihood. You know, I get really scared if I think that I'm going to lose my hearing in 20 years. You know, so I really take care with protection. You know, because we're subjected to really loud music a lot of the time. So I do my best to protect them.
How the music changed for you since you started?
You know, it's like life. Life is a cycle. You know, every 10 years, every 20 years, things recycle and come back, you know. So I get to kind of see it just go in circles and come back, and you know, the new kids are growing up with this sound now, and I'm just excited because the new kids are liking the music, and to me it's recycled house music from 1980s or 1990s, or acid house is coming back. So it's always neat how music just keeps on reinventing itself, and people through technology are able to express themselves differently, and it's really neat.
How about technology? What do you use in the studio? You use hardware, or you use only computer-based?
I use a mixture of computers and hardware. It's much easier using software synthesizers and software DAWs, but I try to use a little bit of everything to my benefit. I have lots of gear that is hardware-based, and I just plug it into my desk and I sample it. It's much easier using MIDI through USB rather than just standard MIDI cables. But I have everything, and I like to kind of take it out every now and then and reuse it. And so many people are just being lazy by just plugging in a synthesizer that's a software synth and using the presets without having to tweak knobs. And so many people are using the same sounds and the same presets. And to me, when you know, when you become lazy, you become complacent. And I think a lot of people have become lazy because it's just so easy just to plug it in and push a button. You know, it's nice to be able to dig deeper, and I think that's really separates a lot of the producers from other people, is the ability to go into it deeper and try different things.
You've got some days probably that you have to play and you don't feel like it. How does it?
No, I mean,
is it routine, or this is like the job that you do? And
well, for me, the job is getting here and leaving here. You know, the job for me is traveling. It's really my job, is having to deal with all the shit of traveling. You know, I have to deal with the jet lag. I have to deal with the immigration, I have to deal with the customs, I have to deal with liquids, I have to deal with taking my shoes off and my belt off and bag search, and what is this equipment, take it out, and I have to deal with airplanes, 8-hour flights, 9-hour flights.
You still live in US?
I still live in Philadelphia. And it's been a tough time. I was in Israel this morning, I played there last night, and I had to get picked up at my hotel at 3 in the morning. to get at the airport for a 5:30 flight, and then fly from Tel Aviv to Frankfurt and connect from Frankfurt to Poznan. And I didn't sleep for 27 hours. So, I mean, this is my work. When I'm up on stage performing, this is something I love. It gets me out of how I feel. When I'm up on stage or in a club or wherever, I love what I do. I don't even think about it. It's just, that's all I want to do. DJs, we would do it in our houses naked or with our underpants on, you know, so what's any difference for us doing it in front of 10,000 people or 100 people, you know? I got in this afternoon at 2 o'clock after not sleeping for 27 hours, and I took a nap for 4 hours, and I got a call from downstairs, your car is here waiting for you, and I woke up and I was very cranky and tired, and I didn't want to do this, I didn't want to do interviews, I haven't eaten yet today, they don't have vegetarian food, so, you know, I had dinner last night and I had a couple pieces of fruit right now, but that was...
So you didn't have any Polish food yet?
Well, it's different, I think, with Polish food when you're a vegetarian, because I think so much of it is meat-based, right?
Well, we've got some good salads.
Yeah, well, not here, unfortunately. I know your cucumbers and your tomatoes are really good, but, you know, I just arrived here and then I leave at 6:30 in the morning. I fly back to Frankfurt and Frankfurt to Philadelphia. So, to me, that's the work, you know, but when I'm here, I love what I do. This is all I want to do.
Last question, the future. The future, for your label, for your music.
I mean, we're very fortunate with Ovum Recordings. We're going around celebrating 15 years of the label being in existence. We're very, very happy with the artists that we have signing to the label. Unknown artists and artists who I respect who have been around for a while. They want to be involved with our label, so we get really good music to put out. So that makes me very happy. 15 years of being an independent underground music label is really something special. We're continuing to do this. This summer we're doing lots of Ovum 15-year parties with our artists at different festivals or clubs throughout the summer. Musically, we just released in the big February, March, the When a Banana Was Just a Banana album remixed. And we're still doing really well with the sales on this album. We had unbelievable people remix my own music. I really want to make music. You know, it's very difficult to be on the road and come home for 3 days and then go on the road again and then come back for 3 days. It's very hard when I'm home to make music because I have so many other things to do. But the future hopefully holds, you know, really strong releases for Ovum Recordings. We got really cool things coming out. We're working with artists for albums, like we have a Shlomi Aber album coming out on Ovum Recordings, and we're going to be working with new artists to do albums. But, you know, I trust a lot of just the future and how it's going through your integrity and your goodwill and doing what you love because it comes from the heart. I really trust the future and the way the music's going to go for me and for the label.
When are we gonna see you next time in Poland?
That's an easy one. I don't know, but I hope soon. You know, the last 3 gigs I've done here have been festivals. They've been incredible festivals at that, but I would like to do perhaps something like you know, a more intimate club thing. Hey, this is Josh Wink, and you're watching me right here on Musica Nova.